ladies and gentlemen, good morning dear guests, good morning dear crew. This is Captain Claus. It is 13 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning. I said I was going to be back with an announcement at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I do apologize for being a little bit delayed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I say anything, I'd just like to thank you all for doing as being told yesterday. Yesterday turned out to be probably one of my worst days at sea, if not the far worst day at sea. And the storm center that we have passed has turned into being enormous system that we have behind us. So I know many of you are on social medias and that you have internet to your disposal. So I'm sure that you have already been on the weather pages and having a look at the weather system that we have behind us, and that is what that small thing that had not even developed when we came down, what that has already turned into. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know that many of you are already out and about and roaming the ship, and I hope that you find yourself in a good state today, and that you feel better today than you did yesterday. I know many of you was afraid yesterday, did not feel comfortable. We have different level of not being comfortable and being afraid, and we all react differently to it. But I must say that the feedback that I have from the crew on board, the management on board, is very good in regards to how our crew and how our guests reacted to the announcement that I did over the PA system, and that our cruise director brought over the PA system. It's one of those days where you really have to sit down afterwards and think. And I can promise you that I will be back with another announcement to you in a few hours after we have had our conference calls with our main office in Miami, after we have spoken again with the United States Coast Guard, as we did so many times yesterday. But for me, the most important is that the level of injuries that we and damages that we encountered yesterday is not higher than it is. So it could be much worse, and I'm very glad that you all listen to go to your staterooms and sit in public lounges for those of you that didn't feel comfortable being in your staterooms, because I think it could have been much worse if we hadn't done that. We have experienced damages to the ship, as you can see when you're walking around. It's not a joke, and the crew on board Anthem of the Seas, they are working very hard to bring the vessel back to its original state as much as possible, including our technical team. But I will come back to you with much more information than that in a few hours, including our next courses and ETA for the ports and so on. So but for the time being, we are sailing towards Port Canaveral as per our schedule. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for everything you did yesterday, and I will wish you a wonderful day today, and I will be back very soon. And when it comes to the weather forecast, well, we can look out the window, and if we take into consideration what we had yesterday, every single day is a nice day on the seas then. So, so we have nice weather out there today. Still a little bit windy. The ship moves a little bit, but not more than what we can handle. It's a very big ship, and she is very comfortable in the seas as we have. So thank you so much, and I'll be back in a few hours.